Okay, so now I want to talk a little bit about Genie Plus. So when you open your app and you're on that home screen, you're going to scroll down and you're going to see, there we go, right here. It's going to say Genie Plus, and you're going to hit purchase for today. Now, when you do this, I would recommend doing this but prior to 7 a.m. so that at 7 you can make your first selection for your first ride that you would like to use Lightning Lane for. So I usually do mine at like between 6:30 and 6:50, and that first day that you purchase it, you'll have to enter all of your card information, so something to think about there. But you should be able to hit save so that your card is saved on your account, which will help for mobile ordering and everything, so that you don't have to enter that every single time. Here it's just explaining to you what Lightning Lane is. They tell you it'll probably be for 2 to 3 rides for the day. That obviously really depends on which rides you select and how often if you're selecting them every 2 hours, or even if you use them before that, you can do your next selection. So but they say on average that's what that is. And you would hit continue. Now you'll see here it says not eligible because I do not have park tickets. So I wanted to show you when I was last in Disney, I had done some screen sharing on my phone to show. So here you can see this is at 6:30. So I did this at 6:30. I went to purchase for today. I scrolled down to that continue, and then I hit the select all. So your family would be listed there. And then down here there's a button and it's telling you how much it is. You would hit purchase. It's $15 per day per person. So when I had selected all, and then there's your confirmation that would tell you that it's there. When I had selected all, your family's listed there. If you have someone or a couple people, you don't have to have everybody. Obviously, usually people do, but just wanted to say that you could select certain people, which maybe would be something you would do for an individual Lightning Lane, which is a different purchase. But Genie Plus, so what would happen is you can see here, when you go into your Genie Plus, there is, let me go back to the app here. So when you're here, like you just opened the app, when you're at the bottom, there's this plus screen, or plus button, sorry. And when you do this, all of this pops up. Here is where you could mobile order food, different things. Right here at the bottom with the lamp is where you would go for Genie Plus. And it is going to have, again, we're at the Magic Kingdom, but you can see I just touched it, and you can switch what park you're at. And this is considered your tip board. So this is where you also could see all of the wait times, and if you could see the times for shows. A lot of them are done right now, but like here's a cavalcade that would show the time. And this is where you can see Lightning Lane. It says not currently offered, but those would be highlighted if you could make a purchase, or sorry, make a selection. Once you have your selection, My Day would then show what you have, which I obviously have nothing right here, right now, but I wanted to go back again. I have some screen that I wanted to show you. So again, just like we were just in, here's that tip board. And this is when I had Genie Plus purchased. So as you can see, if you have it purchased, right here it's going to tell you, this is what's really kind of nice, is it tells you when you can book your next Lightning Lane. So at 7 a.m. is when it starts. You can see I started recording right at 7 here. And what happens is I pull down to refresh. You'll see me kind of scrolling fast here because I knew what I wanted to get. And you would select, sorry, oh my goodness. You would select what you wanted. I'm going to fast forward here to show you. So this was when I was at Hollywood Studios. So I have come down, I scrolled down, and I looked here. I select all for my whole party. And here I had done Slinky Dog Dash. And you can see this is at 7:02. So Slinky Dog Dash is a popular one. Slinky Dog Dash, and that was already a return time of 2:35 to 3:35. Now something that's kind of nice is I had done this to look at what the return time was, and I felt like that return time was too late for me because we were going to be at the park in the morning. Every situation is different, but for me, I said, oh, I'd rather go there right when the park opens and get in the short line, which is what we did. Now, if you're not going to Hollywood Studios until later, then I would recommend definitely, as you can see, doing Slinky Dog Dash because that goes pretty quick for its lightning lane selections. But what's nice is if that time is not what you want, you can actually go back. And here you can see I came back and I looked at another ride. I'm looking at Tower of Terror, and I see that one's 9:35 instead. And you can select a different
attraction with
a different time. And then once you have it selected, there it is. Once you have it selected, it will come to here and show you your return time. And then you could go to view my day and you would see your selection there. Now, one other thing I want to talk about before we talk about times with Genie Plus is there is also what is called the individual lightning lane. That is a separate purchase, and the price of that varies, and there is one ride at each park that is for. At Hollywood Studios, it's Rise of the Resistance, Star Wars. At Magic Kingdom, it is Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. So you cannot, in your regular lightning lane, use it on those rides, but you could purchase it separately. I, for Hollywood Studios, tend to purchase it for Rise of the Resistance just because that ride seems to never really get a short line besides really close to park closing. I tend to buy that one, and then when I get to the park, I do Slinky Dog if I'm there right when it opens. If I'm not, then I also purchase regular Genie Plus and do Slinky Dog first. I will say Hollywood Studios is probably my most expensive day with those purchases since I purchased Rise of the Resistance. Something you wouldn't have to do. Something you also can do is if not your whole family wants to ride that, you can purchase that extra individual lightning lane for certain family members and not others. But I wanted to show you, I did that in this screen video. So right at 7 a.m., I actually first did Rise of the Resistance. Now, when you purchase it, you'll see right here, it tells you individual lightning lane, and for this day, it was $15. And so it takes you in here. I selected my whole group. Now, what's different about individual lightning lane when you're paying extra for that is you actually, instead of it telling you what time to come back, you get to pick what time to come back. So you can select, like, I didn't want to ride it right in the morning because I wanted to go on other rides that had shorter lines. So instead, I picked for about lunchtime. I picked for noon, so that means I can return from noon to 1 p.m. and decided that was when I was going to come back. So something to think about there with individual lightning lanes is that you can select which time you return, which is really nice. So there's that purchase, and then I had gone and done my regular Genie Plus. Something else to think about for Rise of the Resistance and individual lightning lanes is that you could wait to see if it's something you want to pay extra for and the line doesn't get short, and then you could make that purchase later in the day if it's still available, which it probably would be. So something you could wait for and not have to do right in the morning. So one other thing I wanted to show with Genie Plus that I have is I already kind of mentioned it before. So right here, it will tell you when you can make your selection. So this one, at this time on this day, it's telling me I could do it now. And that was right close to park
7
opening.
a.m.
Now, here I had selected my first attraction. And what happens then is you can you can select your next attraction 2 hours after that return time. Or after you've used the lightning lane, whichever comes first. Now, your 2-hour time frame doesn't start until the park opens. So for instance here, this park opened at 8:30 a.m. So the next time I could use or select something was 10:30 a.m. Or if I had used it already before that, then I could make another selection. Here you'll see I made that selection at about 10:35, which meant that my next selection is 12:35 p.m. So what's nice is it'll always tell you right here. Some people, I've heard as a tip, is if you're not going to be using your lightning lane before the next one and you'll be able to select one, people set an alarm on their phone. Usually you'll end up using it before your time frame window will be before, so not always a necessary thing. Mobile ordering, I wanted to show you one screenshot that I had talked about. This is what that screen will look like when your food is ready. So as you can see, it says ready at pickup window 3, so it tells me which line to go in to go grab my order. And I had selected this button. I actually have one more video. It's not that one. This is what I was saying before too, which is kind of nice. So here I was in the park and I was walking and it was showing me, and even down here you'll see it even tells you kind of which way to go to get to where my food was. I had selected that find on the map. And so I was there, and as I got close, I'm going to fast forward here. As I got close to the restaurant where I was going to be getting my food, I exited out of the map and I went to my home screen, and you'll see this is what I was talking about before. Here's that home screen, and this is the button. I'm here, prepare my order. You hit that button. Thinks for a second, and then poof, it says we're preparing your order. And then that screen will change and you'll get a notification that will turn into this when your food is ready. So that's kind of how a mobile order works. And as you can see in that video, in this screen video, when you have a mobile order, you have that half an hour window to kind of be there and be able to hit I'm here. And you don't have to be right next to it. I usually do it when I'm still a little bit a ways from it, so that when I get, it'll say that my food's ready by the time I'm there, or at least close to it, maybe after I've found a table or something. So there's a little overview of Genie Plus, mobile ordering, and looking at the wait times and entertainment times. I know it's kind of a lot of information, but I hope that having this video and kind of the walkthrough really helps. But I really, really suggest having the app on your phone, that My Disney Experience app, getting yourself logged in, maybe even on your plane ride down or drive on your way down, getting yourself logged in to make sure you have that. You also will have your resort right here listed when you are on your way down, and you can actually mobile check in too as an option. There's obviously the front desk and they can help you with anything, but it is an option on there as well. All right, any questions or anything you want to know further about with the app or see more of, please, please, please do not hesitate to let me know. Thank you.